Welcome to the Narrate podcast, where we aim to tell God's story with our lives. We'll be continuing to post the Sunday message each week, but we want to dive a little deeper and offer some content to supplement your life with God, and that's where our Beyond Sunday series comes in. Join Adam and Narrate staff as they provide thoughtful discussions, ideas, and interviews that go beyond the message you'll hear on Sunday.
So we've toyed with the idea for, a couple months about this idea of doing our first ever owners meeting. And we're going to do it, which I suppose the logistics on that are 6 o'clock at 326 on September 12th.
Yes.
We'll come back to that. But sitting here with Hannah and Leslie, what are you guys excited about? Because you also had to sign off on this and give up a Friday night.
True.
Yes.
So what are you excited about?
I'm excited. Well, I grew up having to go to annual church meetings, so it will not be like what you're picturing in the church basement with bad salads.
Bad salads?
Well, that's what I remember. Like the weird,
yeah.
Like the weird potluck thing.
Styrofoam cups with water?
Sure, yeah. Right.
Really dark coffee at like 6 p.m.
And you're like, why am I here? Anyway, I think it'll be great because it feels like there's a lot of energy around vision and things that we're doing. I don't want to say what we're going to talk about because you should show up to listen.
Yeah.
But I think there's just a lot of energy around what's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not resigning at this meeting?
No, what? No.
And I'm not, and you're not.
No one's resigning.
There's nothing like shocking.
There's no scandal.
No. It's more like here's a bunch of cool things that are going to happen,
Yeah.
or groups and vision and
Yeah.
I don't know, social
Way
media
more.
stuff and like
We could talk about on a Sunday.
I know we don't want to set the bar too high or people be like, oh,
Right.
there was nothing juicy.
Yeah. We're still not stand-up comedians. It's still going to be an hour monologue.
Still a church meeting.
What are you excited about?
Well, I mean, echo Hannah's. Like, I grew up with church meetings, and it was always like, please don't make me go, Mom, please. It's really awful.
I've never been to one of these in my life.
Wow.
Maybe it was a Lutheran thing.
Maybe it was a Lutheran thing.
I don't know.
Roman Catholics, we just waited for the Pope to tell us what to do. Just kidding. I just literally don't ever remember.
Well, so it won't be like that. And I'm an information person, and so like I get to know all the stuff ahead of time. But if I didn't, I would be all over this. This would be something that was like, okay, here's all the stuff coming up, and an opportunity to socialize afterwards, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah, the closest thing I had to an annual meeting was, really it was at Harvest. Vern, and I think we probably got this from Willow, would do these vision weekends, which were these kind of drummed up high. It was usually early September, and we would put a lot of energy behind like the accumulation of all of the new ideas for the year. So we used to do that. It's been a while since we've done one of those.
Mm-hmm.
But also, this feels like more content than you could cover in a Sunday.
Yeah.
And some of it probably wouldn't fit that because I think you said earlier, like some of it is this information that probably wouldn't be appropriate on a Sunday. I don't know if appropriate's the right word, but nobody wants to. We're not going to spend much time on budget and things, but I suppose that's part of it. So what are you hoping for as an outcome from this? Like, if this is a win, what happens?
That's a good question. Something else I thought of is I think it'll be interesting too to like hear from someone on the council. How is that going? How's the process of rotating people in going? Or I don't know what Brian's going to say, but I think it'll just be interesting to hear from
that'll be fun.
him and
And I think like just integration and buy-in. Like it's really fun when you have stuff planned and then people hear about it and then people talk about it. They're like, oh, this series is coming up. I'm excited. Oh, this is going to happen. And, do you need help with this? And that's kind of cool when like the core group of people start getting that buy-in from people. That would make it a win to me. It was like...
Yeah. I guess we're all thrive on information people.
yeah.
This is one of the interesting things I've heard from Marla, who's joining our council, was on staff for a while. And she's, in a couple different contexts, I've heard her talk about how hard that was to move from this space of being on the inside and knowing things to quickly not knowing anything. And I think I always kind of assumed that a person is glad to be rid of that burden. But she's talked about that was actually a really hard part of the transition, both because people would approach her and assume she knew things, but also just personally. So I think this is that. Like, we've never done this for people before of like, here's everything. And after much conversation and debate, we are going to do a Q&A. So what will a successful Q&A have been like? Because we all know the way those can go wrong.
Yeah.
All I can think about is going to go wrong now.
Because like at a funeral, I'm like, I'll do anything. I will not do an open mic.
Yeah.
Like, I have a hard line. Like, I will not participate if we're doing an open mic But ironically, we're going to do a Q&A here.
Just civil, I guess. No, like, I can't think of anyone who wouldn't be.
I know. Just like the weird theoretical questions, I'm always like, how is this relevant to anything?
Yeah, yep.
Without without your face saying, that's dumb.
Is there a mic I can just slowly take away from the person?
Exactly.
Just kidding. I don't know. What would you say?
Is a successful Q&A?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that it's safe to ask anything. I suppose we need to say. I mean, my sarcasm would be like, the cynicism is the person who shows up 10 minutes late and then asks the question that was addressed in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I'm with you of the potential to like weave this long tail with lots of hypotheticals. But I guess that's part of what we're doing, is give people a context. I think a successful Q&A will be questions that invite greater clarity around things that were said, or maybe things that someone felt were left unsaid, because there's still stuff that's going to end up on the, what's that statement? Like, they're still going to end up with things that are going to end up on the floor that we have to cut.
Right.
So we can't cover it all. And so sometimes a really good question, I think, identifies something that wasn't said and allows it to be said in a way that invites it to be said.
Fair.
I think as far as whether or not it's a successful gathering, like I like what you said, Leslie, just about energy and buy-in, and my guess would be that people who don't care won't be there, and people who will feel really respected by something like this will be there. So yeah, and it's one of those, like, I don't even know if we'll have the content to do this every year. It just feels like there's a lot of, because we're really not even going to spend much energy looking back, which I think an annual meeting would generally spend a lot of time looking back, wouldn't it?
I don't know. I was eating the bad salad.
And the saltine crackers. Something, for me with church, I picture those little 8-ounce styrofoam cups.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then tepid water. And then as a kid, you would always bite the styrofoam, which was like the worst feeling, but also like the one you like just couldn't stop doing all at the same time.
I love that feeling.
Just keep biting until the cup was ruined.
Good
and
news.
Then you'd like fold the cup inside of itself until it was just little.
You get in trouble for playing with your food.
Good news though is kids are not welcome here.
Oh, that's a great segue.
Your kids won't have to be bored.
Yeah.
So talk about it in therapy 20 years later.
This is hard because we have a lot of young families.
Yeah.
Childcare is, I remember, it's like the worst thing in the world to watch someone watch your kids. Part of what we'll talk about is some of our like non-Sunday stuff we are going to provide kid options for this year that we never have before, hinting at Ash Wednesday and stuff like that. But we've pretty much, like, it's just, this would just be a terrible setting for kids.
Yeah.
Why?
It's just an hour of talking.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
Like,
No music.
Yeah, no not no programming, but yeah, no music, no like visual stimulation of any kind.
When Hannah sings her God Bless America solo, there's like no coverage.
Wow.
Do you remember when the National Day of Prayer people asked Kate to come sing, and they asked her to open with God Bless America? And she was like, I'm Australian.
How ironic.
They saw no irony. She was deeply troubled. So yeah, there's not a lot to hide under.
That space is just hard because it's like a big box.
Yeah.
It is.
There's nowhere to escape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're going to ask, like, just I don't know what the age cutoff is. I mean, we're going to respect people, but
Yeah.
like a 4-year-old who's not happy, I think has the potential just to shut down the whole room because it's going to be slightly boring and hard to listen to begin with. And then you add that. I think, I don't know what the right way to say it is, if like babies in arms, if you have to, but also if they're loud, or even if they're loud eaters. Can you say that? No.
Who's gonna be eating? We don't have food.
How much do I have to describe to you right now?
I just got that.
Oh my gosh.
I thought we were on the 4-year-old. Okay, never mind. I can leave. You can finish.
Baby in arms. Like even, I mean, I think that's part of what we learned about Ash Wednesdays. It's like, it just doesn't work well. And so if you have to, then just, I don't know, please slip out back to the sidewalk. The other part of why is because we're going to hang out afterwards.
Yeah.
So do you want to talk about that? What are we doing afterwards?
Yeah, so 45 minutes of us talking at you, 15 minutes of Q&A, and then from 7 till...
Whenever Dwayne leaves.
9-ish. We'll just have a couple coolers with beverages, and we'll hang out and chat
Stand around,
yeah.
Yeah, which would give, I suppose, create more context for one-on-one conversation, but also, I think C4SO, the conference kind of gave us, whoa, the light bulb's going out. The conference gave us the ability to visualize that, because here we are at this beautiful church doing like fancy stuff, and all of a sudden it's over, and it's like, oh my gosh, there's this like giant coolers full of LaCroix and beer and wine, and so we're just going to do it. Just roll it out and let people hang out, which will be a lot of standing because there's not tables or anything, but so kind of a 6 to 7. We're committed to not letting it go longer than 65 minutes, and then including the Q&A, and then an hour or however long people linger and hang out, which is also like, so kids will also be miserable there. And then it'll be like, there's the brewery that you go to where the kids are like welcome if they're orderly, and then there's the brewery that you go to that you're like, I'm leaving. Yeah. Because it's hard in a giant space, and I genuinely respect, like, it's so hard when you have little kids. But I think this would be a bad experience for them. Yeah. And I say that as one who, I'm proud of us. We've gotten much better on Sundays, starting with myself.
I was going to say,
and dealing with is even the wrong way to put it. Like we've created a lot more space for kids and whatever it is they're doing in families, but I think it would not go well here.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
That's fair. Yeah.
And yeah, I guess I can't think of anything else that we need to talk about here. No food, just beverages. Oh, and the other thing I think is worth saying, and there's no music to hide your 10-minute lateness.
yeah.
Right?
If you're late, it's gonna be weird.
When should we open the doors?
Yeah.
So you
5:30?
can really get there. 5:30. Yeah. So for everyone who's late, it starts at 5:45.
I had the best interaction with Roy this last Sunday because they walked in and it was like still the first song, and I was like, aren't you late? Or aren't you early? And he goes, well, actually, somehow I had myself convinced that church started at 10:30, so I've been in a rush the whole time. So I'm like, oh, so you're on time. So I'm picking on Roy because I know he can handle it. But that is to say, for those of you who, and I get it, again, kids is a big piece of that. So, and we debated 6 or 6:30, and we would take your feedback for future ones of these, whether we even sent texts, and it was a really split, like, whether 6 or 6:30 is the better time. So always open to feedback. Like, for example, don't do Family Sunday on the weekend of Thanksgiving. But
that was good feedback.
That was really good feedback.
Really helpful.
And amazing that, yeah, it just goes to show that when you're not in that place in life, you just don't think of all that stuff. I think also indirectly it's a chance to say thanks, because like we get the privilege of working on this as staff, and it becomes our day job, but also like church is a community and a co-op in those senses. And so my hope is kind of like Baptism Sunday or Dunk and Dine or Dine and Dunk, whichever one you want to call it, because there's lots of opinions, that this is in some ways kind of a faith family celebration of like, oh wow, there's just a lot of really neat things happening.
Yeah.
And a lot of opportunities that God has given us into the future. Sweet. So we'd love to see you on the 12th. You'll see emails and things, but yeah, this could be fun.
Definitely. Nope.
Thank you.
If you'd like to learn more about Narrate Church, find us online at narratechurch.org.
You can also look us up on Facebook or Instagram. Thanks for listening.